Hey, everybody, what's going on? It is another Tuesday. Let's Talk Tuesday in the house. We thank you for being here. That's right, we got to be real. We got to be real. I love that song, man. That's an old funky classic from back in the day, and it's still music that will rock you into a good mood, rather. And hope that you had a great day and that it's been one that, again, you're ready to relax. Check us out. We're going to be having, man, a real interesting conversation. But you know how we do. Before we get into all of the shenanigans and everything, we have to pay these bills because we got to keep the lights on. So, as I always say, if you've been injured, no fault of your own, make sure you call the G Law firm. They are reliable, they're relentless. They got a great reputation when it comes to settling cases that, again, most attorneys will tell you that either they will give you a snow job or they won't give you the real deal about your case. Well, that's not what you get with the G Law firm. They're going to tell you exactly what you can expect during the process of going through your litigation, and they're going to let you know whether the insurance company is trying to take you for the ride or whether the adjusters are trying to take you for a ride. So before you call the adjuster, before you contact the attorney for the insurance company, make sure you talk with a reputable attorney, and that would be the G Law firm. You can give them a call at 804-226-4111. Or if you'd like to sign up for a free consultation, go to the website glawfirm.com, and they will be glad to listen to your case and let you know all the nuances of that particular case. So, again, if you're injured and it's no fault of your own, I always tell you that if you go out there and there's got a wet sign and you fall in front of the wet sign, that's your fault. You know what I'm saying? So, again, welcome to the show, everybody. Certainly appreciate that. Man, it's windy outside. I don't know if you're in the Cap City or not, but you have to almost put a helmet on to go outside because you get blown away here in the Cap City. So we're waiting on our guest to come in on the plane. She got delayed on the tarmac. Yeah, you know how it is when the planes and everything they get a little delayed and what have you. So
it makes me sick. It makes me sick.
They dropped her off with a parachute. Yeah, buddy. I thought I heard something go. "Woo." I didn't know that was you coming in that quick. But welcome, man. Welcome, welcome. How you doing? How was your?
I'm good. How you doing?
All right. How was your flight? Hey,
Hey, y'all. Welcome to Let's Talk Tuesday.
Did you enjoy getting? Did you enjoy getting dropped off by the parachute?
Can't stand you.
Oh man.
Oh Lord.
Yes.
I'm trying to want to get some tea. If I can't drink.
That tea look like Long Island tea. Don't look like no tea I ever seen before.
That's regular tea.
Yes.
Unfortunately.
I don't know about that one, bro. I don't know about that one at all, you know. And who told you it was regular tea? Did you say?
I think it was tea. He made tea, so yeah, I know what he did.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, that's good, man. You coming in with your bedazzle on? I need to go get my sunglasses.
Anyway, what's the topic for today?
I'm gonna tell everybody just a minute. I do want to do something that's again just a moment of silence because the young lady that everybody knows, Marissa, we all heard about what happened about, I guess, it's been about 4 weeks ago. Young lady that had been standing on the Mayo Bridge, and it was not determined or not whether she had jumped, but they found her remains on the 24th, and they released her information today that the chief medical examiner did confirm it was Marissa. So
wow.
a lot of people in the city know Marissa, and again, our thoughts and prayers for her family and friends and everybody that again knew Marissa. So I want to say this: depression, PTSD, mental health, and all those things are real. And when people start changing up their behavior or their emotions. Sometimes we need to pay a little bit more attention to that because that could be, and a lot of times, a flag that somebody's going through something. So even if they say they, don't want to talk, that's fine. We come into a lot of contact with the police department with people that are going through things as a chaplain. We don't want to crowd people. We want to let them know that if you want to talk, there are available resources out here. There are, many crisis centers, crisis numbers. So, with all that, get some help, everybody. You don't have to go through things alone. So, I encourage you, please get some help. Definitely.
Absolutely.
Definitely. So our topic tonight, I just thought you gonna love this one. In fact, I'm gonna encourage you right now to pick up your cell phones. Make sure you get locked in here. I even put the code out there where somebody want to come on live and talk with us on the screen.
Okay.
They can do that because we talking about dating outside your race. Yeah, buddy. Some of y'all been cuddling outside the line several times. That's what they call it, cuddling outside the line several times. Y'all done tasted the rainbow and the squirrel and all the other
I knew it was a squirrel.
squirrel.
You know, you
Chocolate vanilla swirl.
We got a ghost in here today. Now we got a special guest in the corner. Y'all won't see her, but you might hear her chime in every now and then. But yeah, I think we're gonna talk about some of the nuances of coloring outside the line, give you a little flavor, tasting the other side of the sprinkles, and all that.
I don't see nothing wrong with
Hey, wait a minute, I hadn't asked you the question
it.
yet.
You don't have to ask me a question. I'm not being
Wait a minute.
interviewed today.
Yeah. Let's
I'm
see.
just saying.
Here we go.
I don't see
Let me
nothing
go
wrong
through.
with
Let
it.
me go through my list of questions. So everybody, first of all, the number 804-767-0491. You can call in. Ma'am, over the corner, you have to turn your audio down. That ghost over there. 'Cause I know you can hear us. Oh, yeah, you thought the shenanigans wasn't going to happen tonight, did you? All right. So that's the number that's on the screen now. And so here's one of the questions. Let me, I get have you, first question is for the audience. Everybody's listening. And also you can call in. If you want to be anonymous, don't tell us a name. Hey, this is Joe. I want to be anonymous. Don't do that. Just
It
tell
is what it is. Just,
no, Joe might not want to tell nobody. He was, anyway. All right, so the first question is going to be part of the topic is, have you ever dated outside your race and what was your experience? All right, that's going to be question one. Then we're going to move on to the next one, which is, if you haven't dated outside your race, why not? All right. And then as we move on close to about closing time, we're going to talk about are African American men less romantic and passionate than other races?
yeah.
Hey! Slow down, cuz you ready to hit the gas already?
I'm just saying. Yeah.
See, I see that one.
Some.
We
Some.
gonna
That's
that
where you
one.
got to teach them.
Then the other one is, are women of other races more caring and attentive than African American women? Don't y'all
Yep.
say? You
They
got somewhere to
are.
go tonight.
They
You
are.
trying to get the show,
Well, I'm just saying. That was just, I mean. Hey.
Look,
All
all
right,
right.
let's start with question one.
And if you want to be a guest, you can you can go ahead and use the link right there, log in, and we'll put you on the screen. Sure, we'll shoot fire. Somebody asked me today because I said, "Oh man, today is Tuesday," and they like, "Huh? You really Tennessee because you didn't say Tuesday. You said it's Tuesday."
Say water.
Water.
You said it right now.
That's what he said. Watermelon.
Country.
Can you say water different than I've heard from most people?
Country
Water?
grammar. Country
Oh,
grammar.
that's not how you
yeah,
say
it's-
water, though.
It's in my head now.
Exactly.
So, right. So I'm gonna,
Country grammar.
if it rolls off, it may be something different.
It's
If I
country.
hear country Bama on that corner, I'm gonna throw something on that corner in a minute.
Country
That
grammar.
little ghost. See, I tell you, that's why we don't have live audiences all the time because they be chiming in. But that's all right. We want this one to chime in because it's gonna be a payback tonight. Anyway, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? You can also put comments in the comment sections. We are on the Let's Talk Tuesday page. We are on the Cruising Radio 102.8 page and also on the YouTube channel. For those that are tired of the shenanigans from Facebook. Speaking of Facebook, real quick before we get in there and talk about YT people. You know what YT people are? that's the new slang for saying white people. It's YT people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Whitey.
Oh, see, she gonna get us thrown off.
Oh, there.
We're gonna use YT. That is the new social media slang.
Who came up with that?
Well,
Social media?
Yeah, it's social media.
It's a
Just
nice
like-
way of saying whitey.
Yeah. Boy, if George Jefferson don't be quiet over there. Fred Saffron.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I don't know if I like it.
Yeah, you just say YT.
I don't know if I like it.
I think you just say whitey.
Because it's in this culture now, everybody's being politically correct, just like
So how you
can't
go?
Go ahead, now
So how do you do black then?
y'all.
We're gonna be really thrown off the air.
It's gonna be you people.
We don't damn know you people.
It ain't gonna be none of that.
Yeah,
None of that,
it's
no.
gonna be you people.
There's gonna be no you
That's
people.
not happening.
No damn you people.
I'm sorry, and tonight we're not race baiting. Let everybody know we're not doing
I
that.
have a lot of white friends.
You got white tea people,
No, they're white.
They're
Okay,
white
I'm
tea?
black.
just like on
I
social
have
media
white
now.
friends.
You cannot say kill the dead. You have to say unalive.
Kill the dead.
Let's go.
Who gonna say kill the dead anyway?
It's all the time. It's
Kill the
like-
dead?
Yeah, you can't say, "Oh, that person was killed." You have to say they are unalive. You can't say, "Oh, they're dead." You have to say they're unalive.
Who said that? Who said? I
That
have
is
to say
the
that.
new
I
social
don't give
media.
a
For
rat's
social media.
behind what the new nothing.
For
is.
social media.
Okay.
It's a polite way of saying.
Yeah,
Polite way hell.
or you might get banned.
Banned
Yeah.
from what?
They'll
Oh,
block
yeah,
you.
they'll block
They'll
you.
put you in Facebook jail and
You know,
all that.
Facebook jail, IG, all that.
Well, first of all, I'm not on my page talking about nobody dead, killing, murder. I don't do any of that.
You might just mention, okay, I read this article, and unfortunately, 5 people were killed today. You
gotta
can't
say
say that.
unalive.
You have to say unalive.
Move on. I'm so sick of this new mess coming out. I don't know what to do. Let's go.
Well, I know you're a librarian and everything.
I'm not. It's just too much. Too much. It's just too much.
It's
Too
too
much
much.
craziness.
Come on, now.
Everybody's making up crap.
Ain't nobody making up names. Come on, girl. You gotta come on in here with us.
I'm in here
But where you at?
doing what I've been doing.
But where you at? You got to come on in. Come on in.
Damn it, Facebook banned me on my artist page after I don't own the rights. So what's the hell?
you put you don't
I
own
mean, I put what I was supposed to put, and I got my whole page shut down on my artist page.
was that before or
So-
after you
Before after what?
you had to put that out there before you
Absolutely, I did.
okay.
Yeah,
You put the whole disclaimer.
I put the whole disclaimer up.
Yeah.
They let several go by. I mean,
Uh-huh.
when I did it, and I just happened to put this one video, and it was like a whole problem.
Was
for
it
some reason.
it was your artist?
Yeah.
Okay.
My whole artist page is nothing but my art.
Okay, then your artist actually put that out there where his material is copyrighted and anybody that uses it without the express
My artist
permission-
didn't do that.
he didn't do
It
that?
may have been done, but it wasn't done by
Yes.
my artist.
Okay, well yeah, somebody did that. And we'll
Right.
talk about that offline. Somebody else.
Yeah, it wasn't done by my art.
Oh, I know who else could have
Well,
did
there
that.
we go.
Yep. Yeah, there's somebody else that and I'll just say if there's a musician that was on there, a writer that was on there,
Mhm.
or a producer, they can claim that that music is
Their
protected.
music.
Yeah, because that wouldn't be my artist. I'm putting his stuff out.
Right.
So I mean, why would he try to block his own stuff? That makes no sense.
Well,
Or anybody
again,
who wrote the music, or anybody had anything to do with the music. Why would they even attempt to try not to advertise? Make sure that anyway. Let's move on.
yeah,
There's
'cause-
another whole
It's
Yeah.
called
Let's Talk Tuesday show.
Backstabbers.
Who-
So,
I was say, just stay in the corner
I
over
know.
here.
Let Fred Sanford is singing songs on there. So as I was saying, you can put comments into the comment section if you're watching on the Let's Talk Tuesday page, if you're watching on the Cruise 8 radio page or our YouTube page. You can see it. So, all right, y'all ready to get in this? Y'all done came in here fried up. Y'all must, is this some of your tea? I don't know what that one over in the
I know.
corner that had, boy.
I'm calm today, but this thing in the corner.
Yeah, she on 1,000 already. All right, so the first question is, have you ever dated outside your race? And if so, what was your experience?
Okay.
Man, put that in the comment section, please. So we can read the comments. You have, okay. All right. So
Yeah.
tell us about your experience.
But
This is Sharon and
this
Karen.
was years and years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was this like 80s, 90s?
This was in
It makes it,
the,
it makes a difference.
it was in the 80s.
It was in the 80s, okay.
It was in the 80s.
All right.
Guy named Doug.
And she called his name.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hey, Doug.
I have no idea where he is.
Doug called in. He watched.
Doug is not watching. And this year in the 80s.
Okay.
And he lived in North Carolina. And then the one weekend he decided we're going to go to his parents' house.
Mm-hmm.
Dad loved me. Mom won't have me.
Mm.
Mom won't have me. I'm like, you don't get this little black girl up out of here.
Wow.
So we end up staying. Well, we didn't stay with them, of course, but we ended up staying one day. And I was like, I'm ready to get back to Norfolk State. I'm ready to go home. I'm ready to go home. Your mama don't like me, and I don't like her either. So we are in agreement. Before I get strung up out here in North Carolina, I'm ready to go.
It wasn't because of your hue, right? It was
No,
just
it's
maybe,
because of my color. Because I was black, period.
I say your hue.
I was black.
Your melon.
Whatever.
Look.
Wrong color.
You,
Can I say that?
yeah, you can say
Okay.
that. I thought maybe it was just you were too tall for him or something like that.
No,
Wasn't that? So
no.
we keep it at 1,000, right? We keep it
Yeah,
at the
but
buck.
dad was good. Dad was
Okay.
really good.
So did mom just did
Mom
she
was
say
really-
anything or she just it was just her demeanor?
And you would think it would have been the opposite.
Right.
No, it was not the opposite.
My battery's running low. What you mean my battery's running low? Oh, see, y'all messing around. Okay. Well, y'all keep talking about that. Tell us more about Doug. How was Doug? What kind of fellow was
I
Doug?
know Doug. I'm not telling. I'm not saying nothing else about Doug. I'm off of Doug. At that point, I'm off of Doug.
We need to know if Doug had red hair, if he was
That's
blonde,
my only story I have to give you on that
Was he
question.
was he
My only
brunette?
comment.
Was he brunette? Was he? Oh, I see. Did you go for the kind of like the fine white boy? I mean, white tea boy. Or did you get a average white tea boy, or was he just like the nerdy white tea boy? What?
This white guy had a lot of swag, you know.
It was a rigger.
Oh Lord, they're Fred Sanford go again.
No, he was a cool guy. He really was. He's a nice guy.
All right, I'm gonna get in that in a minute. As soon as Fred Sanford answers the question, and Fred Sanford in the background. What about you? Did you date outside your race?
Yes,
All right,
he was a rigger.
he was a wigger. All right. For those of you that are not up to the slang, that is a YT that wants to be one of us. Okay. I think I made that politically
I don't
correct.
know who coming up with this. This is ridiculous. Anyway, go on.
So you just want me to say there was a white guy that tried to be black? Is that better?
Well, it is what it is. Y'all making up stuff to try to curve some words.
No, that's the thing.
Next.
That's the thing.
This is the American way now.
That's the
Yeah,
thing.
as of yesterday,
Oh, this,
as the day before yesterday, last month.
well,
No,
that's why you know
you just.
DEI is
just
being
behind.
I'm not on there watching that kind of stuff. I'm really
See,
not.
do you-
I'm advertising. I'm working. That's the reason why I'm on social media.
well, you should see
Period.
that because if you put that word out there white, they probably gonna flag your page.
I don't have to put it. I don't put white out there when I'm talking about it. I don't do any of this stuff on my pages.
I know.
No, No, I don't. I'm not out there. I'm advertising. You understand what I'm saying? Business. All 9 of my damn pages. Go look at them.
You got
All 9 of them.
You got 9
It's
pages.
all business pages. Every single freaking one of them. Even down to my personal one. I get everybody else's business running on that one.
She bobbing and
I'm
weaving.
just saying. I don't know what nobody else is doing on social media, but I ain't there to chit chat.
She bobbing and weaving. What's up, Big Will up in the house? Big Will, he come for the show tonight. we love Big Will. Big Will. I think he get his popcorn. He said his watch or clock or whatever because he coming to the show. Appreciate you, Big Will. Hey, I got Big Will. Got to ask you a question. You can call in if you want to, or you can put it in the chat. Have you ever dated outside of your race? That's right. I'm gonna give you time to type that in. I'm gonna play that Jeopardy music. Dun, dun. We're going back to Fred Sanford over in the corner there. Fred, we gotta call you Frida. We can't call you Fred because you Frida. You said that your relationship with outside the race, it was less than desirable. Is that correct?
That's inside. I'm not gonna say that it was not desirable, but it's just not my cup of tea.
It was not your cup of tea. All right, I like the way she used that phrase. Olive, did ever Frida stay within the confines of the FCC? No.
Because they lack in some things. You know?
Oh,
It
yeah.
is all depends. So that's, I don't know what you're
Not
talking
all,
about.
not all,
Not all
but
things.
in my case,
Oh, okay.
they
Okay.
kind of lack some things. You know,
They're very attentive, though.
they are
They're very attentive.
very attentive.
The guy I dated was very attentive.
Yes, very
That's not
attentive.
always the case with these brothers. Not always the case.
Right,
Oh, y'all gonna start that right there now? Huh?
very attentive.
Very
they,
attentive. Okay.
they give you the world. I mean, just
Mhm.
but
Big Will said he hadn't colored outside the line yet.
Okay.
Big Will, come on, partner. It's gonna get you one. You
you
know.
ain't get you a snow button.
Oh Lord, here we go. See, I'm gonna expose Frida in just a few minutes. I'm gonna have to talk about what Frida really is or whatever.
Mhm,
So we're gonna get that conversation. So y'all said that they are more attentive. They actually
They're not argumentative.
Right.
they're not argumentative.
No.
Mm-mm.
Nope.
No, but them ones that are come in the house and
Very affectionate.
very affectionate. Like brothers are, like we're
You'd be
not.
surprised how some
I'm not
brothers,
saying
because we
brothers
dated
aren't,
more
but-
brothers than we dated, outside our race. But a lot of brothers, man, you have to teach them. You have to teach them these things. Because some of them just don't know. And when you ain't got no swag to back up nothing,
Well, let me show y'all what happened to while there's this great divide. When we were growing up in our era, your mom, grandma, everybody, auntie, all them on the phone, watching the, soap operas, The Young and the Restless, Bold and the Beautiful, On the Edge of Night,
As the world turns.
As the
You
World
name 'em all.
Turns,
Okay.
General Hospital,
Okay.
all of
Guiding
them.
light.
Okay.
Guiding Light. Okay, you saw YT couples.
That's all you saw.
Right, exactly. You saw white couples, and many times, like you said, they were being super romantic. They were being very passionate and affectionate. So we didn't see that because we had movies like Dolomite,
Well, I
Superfly,
should have been watching the soap opera.
Shaft. See, Frida.
Exactly.
But I'm just saying, we had the brothers that we saw actually on television
And
had
show y'all how to be pimps.
they didn't teach us how to be pimps. It is, when you saw the interaction, Frida, with African American couples on television, it wasn't that that type of intimate relationship, and you saw them start off kissing, then next minute they didn't roll over, everybody getting a cigarette. You know, that's all we got. We didn't get like Bob and Sarah. We didn't get them toasted. We didn't see none of the candlelight. We didn't see none of the stroking of the long blonde hair. We didn't see her take off, his shirt and
His
all that.
robe.
This robe. I see pretty getting it from it. But yeah, we didn't see all that. So what we saw was, and I can say this, it was probably meant to be that way, because we didn't see any type of really loving relationship until, James Evans came along and he picked up Florida and said, "My God, girl, don't be looking at me like that."
Well, James talked to Florida any kind of way. So
Oh,
you can't
here-
emulate that
Here we
whatsoever.
go.
Yeah,
He
he
did.
was
He
yeah,
come on his mouth and say some stuff.
yeah, he was mean.
Slamming doors and all kind of craziness, throwing chairs and
Yeah.
nah.
But see, you gotta understand, James.
The angry black man.
James had a reason to be angry. First of all, it is 12 of them stuck in
It was 3 kids. No,
well,
it was
all right, 3 kids
3 kids, 2
in a
bedrooms.
2-bedroom.
In the couch.
And they wore the same clothes just about every other day.
Okay, that's how it
But
was.
he
back in the
played
day.
his part in there. But you
Okay.
cannot say there's no way y'all try to emulate James Evans.
But
He took care of home. He did what
There
he
you
had
go.
to do
Right.
to take care of home. That was his role in that show.
right,
It was not showing nobody how to treat a woman. At
he
the end
was
of the day,
affectionate with them. I remember,
he was when he won England.
the time that they were celebrating their anniversary,
And that's the
and
only time.
he took Florida up to the cabin and everything.
And then the woman came in, was trying to get with James.
They-
That's what y'all seen.
You can come on the show.
Frida,
But we're gonna throw some over there in the corner in a minute.
I'm
Because all
trying,
these people here is a voice in the
I know.
you know.
I'm trying to set James up, and Frida over there tearing down talking about Miss December. I remember her name because James said, "Boy, I love to see January, February, March, and all of them."
See, look. That's what he showed y'all to be a.
No, but James, he held it together. When his wife came there, he put Miss December out, and he showed her some
He had no other
romance.
choice. He didn't have a choice. There was no choices in that show.
But
Okay.
he could have felt sorry.
Florida
for
was about to knock him upside his head. He didn't have any choice in that show. But so that's not who you guys wanted
But
to
okay, but all right,
relate, other than he did what he had to do to take everything.
right, he did that.
That's basically what that was about.
The man was tired. He was working 6 jobs. He didn't have time to be romantic.
You better find
What?
some because it's required.
Watching,
It's important.
it's important. All right, then we came up to the Cosmos, and so they basically gave us an upgrade on that, where we saw, a man that was being loving toward his kids, loving toward his wife, and
In
that's
a corny
when,
way, yes.
what kind of way?
Corny.
All right, what do you say was corny?
Bill Cosby, it was a corny husband
Okay.
to Felicia Rashad. He was corny.
It was up in the husband.
He was corny to me. There was no swag whatsoever. He thought he had that. He had none.
Wait.
But it worked for them. Let me just say that.
Dr. Hustle didn't have no
He
swag.
had no swag. He had no swag.
We got to go to the comments here because what Dr. Will said. He said the plot to divide black men and women started during slavery. It looks like they have almost succeeded. I agree. And that's why we still have this right now, comparisons between the white race, black race, who is, better in terms of being attentive, who is better in terms of being, better providers, all that stuff. And that was meant to be, very divisive. Even when we were on the plantation, and when it came to the light skin, that's what Free came in at. I may as well go ahead and tell y'all now. I colored outside the race. I am married to a YT woman.
He is not.
She is YT.
This fool right here.
if
That
you
is a lot. Of
if you trace her roots, you don't have to go any further than her dad's mom,
Okay.
and then
Yeah, got a point.
you will see the white tea all up in there.
My mom, dad was white. What that mean?
Why are you shaking your head?
I'm just like,
You got a problem? Okay, huh?
He was a gorgeous white man. What that mean?
I'm just saying.
My mom's dad was
Oh.
white.
Okay,
What that mean?
I'm just saying. I was just coming out.
I'm black.
You got some white tea in you.
No.
Yeah, you do.
There you
I
go.
have a lot of Cherokee, but my grandma was full of blood. I have a lot of that.
Okay. So anybody dating you is color, they really dating outside their
We
race.
all got something else. Every last one of us
Not
got something somewhere. If you keep tracing, yes, you do. You got something.
So you trying
You
to
know
tell
I'm
me?
black.
I told you my name was Kunta Kinte. You trying to tell me it's Toby?
They got some. They got some Indian. The cheekbone.
Yeah, but getting back to the subject
Mhm.
matter at hand. But I love my my YT wife. You know, she's very comical. She's very straightforward. Very noisy at times too.
Okay.
If she throw anything over here, I'm gonna duck this way. But
Unless you do it that way.
but getting back to hey, behave over there. We won't have security. Put you out. Security. Did you hire
I
security
did
tonight?
not.
He's supposed to have security anytime we're in this building.
We got security.
Is that what's on the?
No, we got security.
We got security?
We go
Is that on the contract?
We got
Anytime.
security.
But anyway, exactly. So I want to get back in there because see, y'all got some messed up ideology here. Because if you think that again, the white tea fellas are more passionate than us bronze fellas, I beg to differ.
We don't have to go into a teaching moment. There is no teaching moment.
Why
Some
not?
brothers, I'm not saying all, let's
Okay.
make sure we're clear.
All right.
Now, I know some brothers that we ain't got teaching them a damn thing. But I know some that, you're going to have to slow walk them.
And so can you say that about the YT guys too? That they don't, all of them don't come in with their full loaf of
I
bread.
just haven't experienced this one thing.
Okay.
I haven't experienced that.
We need some of y'all that have experienced multicultural dating and stuff calling. Don't y'all get all quiet now. The phone lines are open 804-767-0491. My experience though, I've never dated per se a white girl.
Okay.
But you
I've
stuck
had
it.
What you what?
I've had a
You stuck it.
short-term relationship with one.
Okay.
You stuck it.
Okay.
So dating, I think, and that's the key. Dating one and having a relationship. Let me just we grown a sexual relationship one. That's two different things.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you're dating somebody, you kind of get to know them. You having conversations with them. You see them, their whole pros and cons of it. But if you just see one, you have a one night stand, then you go on about your business. You might not see that person again. So, you don't get the full flavor of what's there. So, and that's something for me. I don't know why. I never really I had that inclination to date outside my races. Not that I don't think the other races are, something wrong with it, but just I think it comes down sometimes personal choice. Oh, we got Big Will. Okay, my brother. Well, I get big Will in, so I won't try to read his screen with these little glasses. All right. I am so many different races from Irish, German, Spanish, French, Indian, only 50% black. I was dumbfounded when I found this out. All right, brother, you can date any race you want to. You go. Yeah.
All covered, right?
Yeah, you got them covered across the spectrum, boy, for real. But especially like the Spanish, that I guess that portrayal of the Spanish men and women is that they are always more exotic, more erotic, more, got all the
Mhm.
swag and everything.
Yeah, that's it.
Y'all agree or disagree with that?
Yeah. I dare you to Puerto Rico.
I don't know. You talking about Spanish, like
Well,
Puerto
Spanish,
Rican and
Puerto
Cuban
Rican,
and
Dominican.
yeah. All
They are.
Don't say
they are what?
Don't say Mexican because they're not the same.
They are what? They are what?
Go ahead, Frida.
Erotic, exotic,
Mm.
very sexual,
Now I did hear that.
very.
That much I
Very.
did hear because a friend of mine from El Salvador,
Mhm.
a really good friend of mine, we hang out a lot, and she said to me, she said, "You're single," and I said, "Yeah."
Mhm.
This is the time when I said yeah, and she said, "I wouldn't introduce you to anybody that's single." And she said, "You would not handle them." She said, "Too controlling, too controlling."
Yeah, they're
Mhm.
very. Yeah, they're
First
very
thing she
controlling.
said, they're too controlling.
Yeah.
She said, because I almost lost my marriage because of that. And
Mhm.
he
Yeah.
got it together.
Yeah, they're
And her
very,
marriage, her
very
marriage was
controlling.
saved because of that. She said, but they were very controlling.
Very.
Well, we see it quite often, in the various cultures that, come in our surroundings here. Most times, how the women are they're out doing stuff more so than the men. The men got once the party started, they sitting back and they
Mhm.
being served, and it's a whole different light switch or something that come on at that particular time. And I would say they very subservient, and most times until you piss one off, like Frida. Now Frida got a little, Hispanic in her a little bit, and when you piss off, the whole different light switch. So yeah, they different. They are totally different. All right, Big Will, yeah, man. But we're gonna set up a we're gonna
Okay,
set.
wait a minute, let me read a comment.
Okay, got some more comments. Good.
I can't see that. My glasses
Now,
not
here
in.
we go. Huh.
No, I'm blind for that. Oh, hell. Oh.
These are progressive. You have to look up and then
And they
look.
got blurry. Lisa said, to be honest, for me, never look at race.
Okay.
They attracted me mentally with their personality, and a lot of them were not black.
All right.
And Krisha's like, I agree with Lisa.
All right, and I guess that's a human element more so than a racial element because like, um, men can be men.
Well, that's because damn near everybody Lisa went out with all different nationalities, all different colors.
We need to get her to call on the phone there.
Lisa done dated
804.
every race there is to date.
All right. If
So
you
that's
all,
why she's saying what you saying.
all right, if you all want to call in, 804-767-0491 is the number. We'd like to hear from you. You don't have to share your name. You can just tell us about your experience dating outside the race, or if you haven't dated outside the race, why? Is it just, is it something, you know, I, I said for me, it wasn't personal, but I think it is going back to the fifth grade. And back then,
Dinosaur days.
she said dinosaurs days. I'm gonna put this person down. I'm gonna call security in a few minutes. But because my mom was a domestic person, she worked for. She was a maid. Okay, let me just keep it like it is.
Okay.
She was a maid, and when we interacted with them, it was briefly, and we didn't see any difference.
Right.
How they treated her, or they always were very very nice to us. Brought us just tons of stuff for Christmas
Right.
and things like that. So when I went to when we did the integration and going from an all black, well, predominantly all black school in the fifth grade, a girl was a girl to me. I saw this cute little blonde girl, and decided wanted to talk to her. wrote her a note, ended up getting suspended. I think I told this before. Put in another room and spanked by the principal for simply writing, "I love you," not "I like you. Do you like me?"
Mm.
And so from that point forward, it was like, okay, I ain't got nothing to do with y'all.
Mm.
And then the next year, come find out she started, in the sixth grade, she started messing with this black guy. I'm like, oh, so I get in trouble, get the hell beat out of me almost, and then you switch up.
Put the number on the screen.
The number on the screen. All right. I will put the number on the screen for everybody. Just hold on just a minute, but I'll keep it 804-767-0491. It's on the screen. 804-767-0491. The phone lines are open. You can call in and tell us about your experience. But that may have been for me, again, something subliminally that I decided not to do. But like I said, I did have some short term relationships.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I really don't care what the race is, as long as they're very kind.
Mm-hmm.
They just got to be a decent human being.
Okay.
Whether, that's just me. But I know some sisters that will not go outside
Mm-hmm.
of their race. Like, no, I want a brother.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there's some brothers that feel the same way. They will not, date outside the race and everything. Now, let me say this. I'll say this is a
don't bring them home.
this is the disparity is that the white boys, I gotta call them white boys. I can't get white T boys. The white boys go and get the finest of our sisters, and then we go get the girls that the white boys don't even want to mess with. I don't freaking understand.
Help me understand.
Yeah, I don't understand that because again, not a lot of white women are going to date black guys unless they're athletes, successful, or have some other things going on. And I'm talking about the gorgeous white women, But yeah, we go get. I don't understand it, brothers. Y'all got somebody got to call in and help me with why we go and get the
Trash.
don't do that. We ain't gonna call them that tonight. But why do they get the? Y'all help me. Why is it that y'all would date these white boys? They come and get y'all, our cream of the crop sisters, and is it because they treat you all like a trophy? Y'all want to be treated like trophies, or what's the deal with that?
We're going to be treated with respect.
Equal.
Say it again.
Equal.
Part of it.
But that begs the question: are you really equal with them? When you dating, we're gonna get real.
If
here.
nobody is looking at race and we're just looking at human beings,
Okay.
people, we're people,
All right.
and you're not looking at what color he is. Because if you start dating somebody, that shouldn't matter at that point. None of that matters. It may matter to other people. It just doesn't matter to you two.
Then it generally doesn't in certain
But
instances.
you can really worry about what anybody else think about the relationship at that point.
Well, fortunately today, it has gotten a lot better. But we know, even 40 years ago, it's very difficult for mixed relationships because then when you start having children, now you got to have, you got biracial children that are having to deal with that relationship. And I would say that even go one step further, if a black child is raised in a white home, that child probably is less likely to be accepted in that society versus a white child that's brought up in a black society. We gonna be like, come on in and make them feel at home. They're not gonna know any difference.
Mhm.
But there have been studies where there have been a lot of black children that grew up in white homes. Some of them were well adjusted, and some of them were not well adjusted. So
See that?
yeah, there's
Yeah,
a
I
lot
can
of
see that.
lot of nuances there with that. Again, the next question is: if you have not dated outside your race, and Big Will can speak to this because I think he said he hadn't yet. Big Will, if you can, you don't mind calling or typing in, why haven't you dated outside your race? Is it just, that's not your preference? Just haven't had I'm sure being in the service, you come, that's one thing about it being in the service.
With a variety.
Yeah, you like I said, it's like going into a
Vietnamese,
buffet. You see everything.
Thailand, Chinese, Japanese, Puerto
You like the
Rican.
analogy buffet?
Mhm.
This girl said Chinese. Now that's something you don't see very often. Is you will see? I'll tell you what you really don't see.
Okay.
Indian uh, with you'll see an Indian man with a black woman, but you won't see very many Indian women with
With a
black
black
men.
Mhm. Because I think in that race, it's a
It's,
big deal with the father and the mother,
Yeah.
the parents.
yep, it's
They're
taboo.
against that.
We're very, very taboo. But going back to the point again, I think I'll wait to the end that closing on that. So while Big Will typing out that paragraph there, while you got any comments, any more comments? Don't y'all be scared. Y'all know some of y'all just trying to act like y'all ain't been across that line. The other question is, and this one is, I'll talk about the romantic and passion side. Um, in your experience, would you say now black men are more passionate, more attentive, that we've seen how to uh, date our women, or you think it's pretty much the same when you first started dating?
Say it again.
Are black men more in this day and age, this current time, more attentive and passionate than they were, when you first started dating?
Yeah, it's a difference now.
Okay.
I think they're trying. Some are trying, and some just know.
Right.
And
Freedom.
some think they know,
Okay.
and they really don't. And they don't have a clue. They think they're doing something. They ain't doing nothing.
Ain't doing nothing.
No.
What? All right. Can we
Let me
go
have the
deep down?
number.
804 767 0491.
0491.
Right. I'll put it back on the screen again.
Everybody's not there.
All right. Okay. All right. Big Wheel chiming in while our caller is getting ready to call in. He said, "I grew up in Mississippi." Oh, well, that is. I can stop reading that. I can stop reading the rest of the paragraph here. And and black people were
that's hang
getting
down.
killed trying to date white women,
Mhm.
and I am just
KKK.
more attractive to sisters. Yeah, Deep South is where one of them areas that again.
But see, that was back then. The question is, with you now? It's a different whole party now.
I think Alabama, Mississippi,
But
those
he's
southern
here.
states.
He's not there, right?
Big Will, are you in a different state now? Other than Mississippi, what state are you in?
I'm
And
sure they're dating outside their race right now in Mississippi.
Oh yeah.
not as much as you would find
You
in
don't think
like
so?
no. I called my uncle. I wish my uncle was answer the phone. They ain't gonna answer. Probably sleeps since 6.
Okay.
Yeah. I think they're progressing somewhat, but if in the deep rural South, I I think you still have that mentality where everybody stay in their own little lane down there. So if you're down in deep Waterloo, Mississippi, Walls,
Listen to the name,
Mississippi,
Waterloo.
Ackerman, Senatobia,
Ah.
Starksville, Emporia, not Emporia, Eureka, all those counties. Let me know. Uh, let's see. Will said he's open to it. He lives in Augusta, Georgia. Oh yeah, Augusta, you're gonna find you one. Just go out there. Just make sure it is she and not a all right, I'll leave
Oh
right there.
my God.
Because you have to be careful down in Atlanta.
Yeah.
You know, you really do. We'll have to talk about that one day, and we're gonna show some pictures. And I beg to differ that some of y'all gonna be tripped up when you see these pictures. You're gonna think that is perhaps a she when it's really a he, and
Yeah.
a he That's the reverse. So, all right, we got a call coming in. Huh? This about to get real here. Hello, you on Let's Talk Tuesday. How you doing this evening? You doing fine. All right, ma'am. What do you got to say about this subject tonight? All right, which part? I'm talking about a whole lot. First of all, okay. This girl is stop talk somebody else
Oh
on
my God.
our dime. You must be white tea. Ma'am, can I ask what are you white? Are you a white girl? Get out of here. All right then. Well, you qualified to answer this question. We had to make sure you were black, first of all. All right. Now, you dated outside your race. All right. Name a few cultures that you dated. Well, now let's go to the Chinese for just a minute. How the hell you end up with a
No
Chinese
try.
man?
You're globetrotter?
Somebody knows. Okay, all right. So, were you the aggressor, or was the Asian guy the aggressor in terms of making the first move? All right, then I hear you, sister. Don't get aggressive. All right, that's a good question. What did they all have the same approach, or did they have different approaches based on their ethnicity? Y'all like that word? The Egyptian. Did he come in on a camel? Oh damn! You've been all over and over there by Big Ben and everything. Getting your little taste of flavor. Okay. With all the again nationalities, cultures, races that you did. Hey, whoops! I might be in trouble. That I can't call the name online right now. All right, I'm gonna have to put a message out here. I'll call you right back.
You may be in trouble.
I sure might be in trouble now. uh, doing a comparison, how would you compare white men, not white men, black men to the other races that you've dated? Give us some pros and then give us some, I guess, cons. Mm. Ooh.
All right now.
Yes, y'all heard that, brothers. Y'all can't be catcalling.
Because if you want that little chicken head, then you continue to do what you're doing because you're going to get her. But don't come to me with that same flavor because it's not going to work.
Man, what did you just call that other female?
A chicken head, a scallywag, and everything else they want to call them.
Chicken head, scallywag.
Yes, in that song, absolutely. Pull them all out. Every last one of them. That's what they are because they are acceptable to anything.
Okay.
They're going to accept anything. I'm not.
So this is a teachable moment here. What would you say to again African American men that are trying to step their game up? What would be a couple of things you would tell them what they need to do? You know what they don't need to do. One, catcalling and spit and all that, right? So some of the things that black men need to do to get on point with a classy, sophisticated woman. We know what to do with a scallywag.
They need to dress correctly. They need to have a belt on with their clothes. Okay, I'm glad you wear drawers, but I don't need to see them. All right. That's my first complaint. I don't need to see your pants hanging all the way down to your darn knees. Okay. Damn. Get it together.
All right there.
Second of all, when you open up your mouth, you make sure what comes out of it is you have some intelligence. You got to be able to carry on a conversation.
At least put a sentence together.
Exactly. You have to smell good, look good. My thing is, if somebody's talking to me and the first thing I see you open up your mouth and your teeth jacked up, please, boy, go back over in that corner where you was at. No, stop. No.
See,
Definitely turn off of me now.
I would say, unfortunately, other cultures have dental insurance. Brothers have not caught up yet.
You cannot say that because there's some brothers that do.
I didn't
And
say
they
I
still-
didn't
A lot of brothers.
And they still don't do nothing with their mouth.
I'm trying to help the
Yes,
brothers.
they do.
We ain't putting our brothers down like that.
No,
They
I said
do.
some of the brothers don't have dental insurance. I didn't say
But
all.
there are places around here that they can do some research. They're running around giving free dental fix-uppers for your mouth. Come on now. That's what the internet is for. What everybody say, Google it. Then damn it, Google it.
So you saying rather than go out and buy rims and chains
Right.
and fly sneakers,
Get that
get your
mouthpiece.
grill taken care of first.
Get that mouthpiece taken care of.
Absolutely. Your appearance says a lot about you.
Okay, so he can have some busted up shoes and a gorgeous smile, and y'all might give him a
No,
chance.
he still can't have no busted up shoes. When I say appearance, I mean the whole full total package.
Well, he might be just getting off from work. He been out there at the waste management. He come in.
Okay, come in, wash your.
Well, he said we run. Y'all could be at Food Line.
In the spots that it needs to be in and fix yourself up. I put it like this. If you can accept me when I look bad, well, boy, you better look out when I get cleaned up so they can do the same damn thing.
I'm about to say some of y'all run to the Food Line with your little bonnets on them, ugly ass pajamas and them fuzzy ass shoes.
And those are those chicken heads.
And he's right.
Exactly. Those are those
Yes.
scallywags, those
Now,
chicken.
not all of them scallywags. Some of y'all got PhDs and still be out there looking like that.
They're the ones that they need
Have Harvard on your shirt.
delicate classes.
Well,
They need some delicate classes.
so to your point, if somebody can accept you when you're not all dolled up, then it should be the same. We're talking about diversity, equality, and inclusion. We're gonna talk about the equality here. It should be the same way. If we can accept you all looking like not hag, but
But the
Whoops.
thing is, you may come to my house and I look like that. I'm not gonna be out in public looking like that. There's a difference. I'm not never stepping outside of my door and
That's
I'm
right.
not put together.
That's right.
Well, I ain't put
My
together
mama
today.
told me that you may never know who the hell you gonna run into. So you must always walk out your door looking your best.
Right,
But,
my best today.
okay, from a man's standpoint of view, and fellas, you can chime in on this. sometimes we want to see you when you're not all dolled up and see what the real you look like. Because again, we go out, we get you home, and and had a wonderful time, and then y'all start pulling off all them accessories. The,
I said, when I go
Understand,
out my house,
our sweatpants going out, it looked like your pajama pants, but we got sweat. It's a big difference. We can still go out in a sweatshirt, in a sweatpants or a
and we can
sweatsuit,
dress it up.
and we
Even if
still,
we dress it down, it's still gonna
exactly.
look put
We're not
together.
going out the house with the damn pajama pants on, and the pajama top with the bonnet on our damn head. We're not doing none of that, is what she's saying.
y'all used to come out with them rollers in your head. What was the
It did
difference?
not.
Yeah, it did. Come out. I can't take my hair down right now. I just got my hair done. Come out with them old plastic ass rollers, them blue, pink, and green. Yeah, you did.
No, he just wouldn't see me until the next day when I was taking it out and held myself straight.
You ain't never came out the house with a headscarf on.
No, I have
Unless
never,
it's a
'cause my
decorative
mama
headscarf,
did not
and we
want
meant to put our
reach
scarf
the
on.
crap out of me.
It's a difference.
Oh, your mom will let y'all with their headscarf on.
No,
Okay.
Going out the
That's
house
probably why
like
you
that?
had so many guys outside your race. You different. You are an anomaly.
It's not, no, it's just that we cared about our appearance when we stepped out the door.
Okay.
Brian care today.
When we stepped out, we cared about what we looked like when we stepped out.
Well, Frida, you already got somebody that got you, boo. No matter
Yeah,
what
I'm
you look
saying.
like, even if you
I
look
ain't
like,
feel
all
like it today.
right.
And the guys that we've dated, they seen us at our worst. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
At our worst.
I was gonna talk a little bit about all the accessories, but I'm gonna leave that alone because I know too many people that have accessories. I don't want to make nobody mad.
I
You know,
can't get the accessory since you done brought it up. What is that?
those snuffleupagus
Eyelashes.
eyelashes, the ones that if
The
you close your
wiggables.
eyes, you
You talking about the bat wings that they wave
yeah. Come on, y'all. I mean,
That is much.
That-
That's a bit much.
that's yeah, y'all done too much with them wings, and then the baby hair. Come on now, I understand it used to be
The
cute
wig,
back in the day.
The front.
It's no longer cute now.
I don't have no red.
Big Will say you don't want me to chime in on that combo right
Yeah,
there.
and the other thing with me, that women, if you feel like you gotta put makeup on your face every single day, that's a problem.
Yeah.
That's a whole problem. Because you're gonna look like when you 60, you're gonna look like you're 160.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a whole problem. I go out the house a lot of it, not makeup the first
Right.
to work, nothing.
And more, many black guys
Turn
now
your
are
chin up.
starting to understand and go back to appreciate the natural look.
Yeah, a lot of guys do not care whether or not you have makeup on.
Right.
I found that out in just the last few guys I did, could not freaking care less about any makeup.
And brothers, let me give you a little, public service announcement. If she got a lot of makeup and you married, don't mess with that woman. I'll tell you right now. I'm just saying, so because we talk about makeup, and some of these guys be trying to get the one that got all this makeup on and everything. No, first of all, he shouldn't even be talking to her. But if you about to do something wrong, you better get your natural woman that ain't got no oils and make.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay, because the makeup gonna be a problem.
Yeah, the makeup
Okay.
will be, yeah. I told y'all before, get you the same type of, cologne that you got at the house, keep it in the car so that you go home smelling the same.
Now, so you gonna give him the tip to do it?
No, I'm just the Steve Harvey part of me.
Yeah. Well, we talked about this one before. They already got that tip.
Oh, y'all so crazy. So
But
crazy.
I just mentioned the makeup because it's just damaging our face
Okay.
as black women. We can't wear that stuff every day. It's not. I don't think it's good for our skin.
Y'all
just
gonna have to
don't.
have a whole session
And we
on
put
that.
on makeup and we put on our accessories. We put on things for us. Make sure you understand that. We put on things for us on how we feel. I walk out my house every day and I normally dress how I feel. I've been doing that for years. I dress how I feel.
And I felt like
But I just don't go out. And there's days to me, I go out the house toe up. There's
Okay.
times I've been somewhere and somebody said, "What you dressed up for?" You know, my shit is just all coordinated properly. That's all.
And we know you.
But I'm
shoot
not
Well,
strings
for
and
the
everything.
floor today, y'all.
But I'm not dressed up. But it's like So I don't know what dressed up to some people and what's casual and dressed down to
Okay.
me, but I'm not gonna go to a store looking told the hell up. That ain't happening.
Well, the last question I had for tonight about this interracial dating and YT dating and all that. Let me get back ahead to my questions here. Big Will, I appreciate you hanging in here with us. And this white lady is on the phone right now.
What's the question?
The question is, are women of other races more caring and attentive than you
Mhm.
shaking your head,
Mhm.
twisting,
Mhm.
popping your neck sisters?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I just talked to a brother just not too long ago.
Uh-huh.
He dated a snow bunny.
Okay.
And when I tell you, he swear up and down he had no issues, no problem, no nothing. The reason why they're not together today, she had to move. As a matter of fact, I think she moved to Tennessee. She had to move, and that's why they're not together today because of that. But he said us.
Mhm.
It's like it's just so much with us, so much debate, so much talking back. Won't be submissive, won't do this, say we're not gonna do this, and nobody just do whatever you want, when you want it,
No.
however you want it,
No.
with whatever you need her to do.
No.
And I'm not talking about sexual.
Right.
I am, but I'm not. So they just do. She didn't have
Well,
problem
to
or
be
issue.
honest, when I got married, I was very submissive.
Okay.
I lost my identity. I became his name,
Mhm.
and that's what I was. I lost me. And to be honest, that shit didn't work for me.
Mhm.
When I finally opened my eyes and realized, I said, I can't do this.
So you all can't have balance here is what I'm hearing. You can't be who you are with your identity and still be what you need to be to make sure that your man is happy. Is that what I'm hearing?
Not when I was married to him, not in that relationship. No, I could not, because his mentality was, a lot of my friends still were single, and he was like, they're out here doing this and looking for that. So his thing was, birds of a feather flock together. Why are you still hanging out with them? Why should I separate myself from my girls that have been there with me through crap before you came into my life, and now all you want me to do is sit here in the house with you and do nothing? No, that's not me. That's not my personality. That's not my characteristics. I am not a housebound person. I will stay home when I want to stay home, but when I want to go out and be with my friends, I should be able to have that option to do that. And I should not have to come to you to ask you. Some other men are very controlling. No matter what you say, yeah, some black guys are, but this particular man was very controlling. And I had to get out of that. I had to get out of that situation.
One of our viewers said y'all bring a lot of masculine energy with you all.
No, it's not necessarily that type of energy. Is that, we some of us has gone through a lot, okay, and some of us has been by ourselves and taking care of ourselves for a long time without any man, and some of us are divorced and been divorced for a really long time, so it's only been us. You know what I'm saying? So when we bring that man in, like, the little chocolate drop that I'm dating now,
Mm-hmm.
He can have it. Ain't no masculinity, nothing,
Okay.
nothing. Because it's how I'm treated.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a difference. Everybody ain't treating these sisters the same way.
Okay.
It's not. And when you got that man that's treating you a certain way and he's bringing everything to the table, it's easy to just roost off. It's just easy to let go and let him be what he wants to be and what he needs to be. It's really, really easy. But when you don't have that type guy, you got to stay firm because all you have is you.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't get ran over. So then you call it what you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? It's necessary to be what you got to be when you have to be what you need to be. Somebody gonna catch that before they go home tonight if you ain't at home. So it's just at the moment what you're dealing with, who's treating you how, who's treating you what kind of way, and every brother may not have the type brother that I'm seeing. Every brother, every woman may not have the type.
hope
You know what I'm
everybody.
talking about. Every woman may not have the type brother that I'm seeing.
Okay.
because I didn't always have this kind of brother.
Mhm.
So I had to be another whole way at some point, because the first one compared to this one is two different whole entirely different men, two different black men. Okay,
Okay.
totally two different.
So how were you able to turn off that light switch of being, like I said,
It was easy because with that energy, this guy over here energy,
mhm,
it's just amazing. It's just totally different. You can just woo, so just sit back and relax.
okay.
Yeah, just sit back and relax.
All right.
It's just easy.
That's fair.
But when you don't make it easy over here, then that's the issue. Then you have to be who you have to be, because you got to take care of you at this point.
All right. And
Yeah.
in that same vein, again, I would say that probably more black men would date within the race if there wasn't this constant competitiveness. And again, no,
Competitiveness meaning what?
meaning that, again, some men, and certainly I don't feel this way. I don't feel I have to compete with my wife at all. But some guys feel that they have to compete with their significant other or the wife or whatever. And I would say to them guys that you probably dating the wrong woman or married the wrong woman anyway. If you all having to compete with each other, you don't compete with each other. You all are competing against the world.
Right.
You all supposed to be that team that's winning. Together. So, fellas, again, if you feeling emasculated, it's probably because that's the way you went into the relationship, allowing yourself to be emasculated. And sometimes, again, it happens before you know it. But you better wake up, smell the coffee, because let me tell you all one thing: women don't necessarily like men that can be their balls taken off of. You better hold on to your own balls. Because I've heard women say time and time again, yeah, they don't want no real aggressive, over the top man, but they don't want a weak man either.
Right.
Would y'all agree with that?
Yeah.
Yes, I will.
Yeah, absolutely.
My
No.
last comment want to be to you with that. I am an older woman, and for some reason, I got these younger guys that are approaching me, and they are approaching me a whole lot better and correctly than the guys that are in my demographic.
We're gonna have to. That's gonna be a good spin-off show for next week.
They
Talk about
are
that.
approaching me a whole lot better, and they stepping to me correctly than the ones that are in my age bracket.
Wow.
And I'm just sitting back like, what's going on?
All right.
They know exactly what they want. They saying what they want. They looking good. They smelling good. They got their crap together. They're tired of their club life and all that stuff, because the men in my age bracket, they still out there hanging out in the street like they 20 years old. Come on now. Sometimes you gotta let that go.
Hey, I cannot even argue with that one. Because I see some brothers. I would say to these guys, man, come on out of that stage, because some of you all still stuck in time warps, and you're trying to do some things that wear some things that are just not becoming, and you think you're the best damn thing since sliced bread, and you look like Bozo the Clown. I just got to call it the way it is. So that's a good.
This young brother that approached me, he told me he came up to talk to me. He said because I was beautiful, I carried myself well. He liked the whole total package, and he tired of being out here with the girls in his bracket. And I said, they're girls. He said, yes, that's what I see them as, girls. He said, so that's why I don't want to be bothered. So them young ladies need to take heed to what this young man said. They're girls. Get out of that girl mentality, sweetie, and grow up. You never want to find you a man if you still out here playing like a kid.
And I guess that doesn't matter what race it is, and that it's just across the board.
Yeah, it's across the board. But there's brothers out here that can make your life just really easy and not complicated, and it's not confusing. And when he's talking to you, you're not confused about what he's trying to say. And it's the communication. Communication is the key, and it's huge.
Mm-hmm.
And this is why we either gonna be here or we gonna be here. We'd rather be here
Okay.
with the little chocolate drop that I have, and not here with what I had it before. Because I had to be somebody else. I don't care who like it, who don't like it. I had to be somebody else. I didn't have any other choice to but be somebody else. Because I wouldn't be sitting where I'm sitting today if I was somebody else. I don't care where I be. There's some freaking mental hospital somewhere dealing with some stupid ass shit because of how he was doing and what he was saying and just making your life difficult and complicated. I don't do drama. You can't even bring that crap to my door. And just the communication is huge.
Okay.
And when you can talk to each other, women who they feel like you get so forceful or whatever, man, that stuff is just like that. Easy.
Before I get you to do your closing statement, Frida, you got any comments you want to make before we close out?
Mm.
Not to go and chiming in.
I said, no, I mean, they said it all.
What do you have to say though, Frida? What advice would you give a young woman right now, or a young man that's out here in this?
Well, for the young ladies, I mean, they're parents. They're still in a childish stage. Like
the parents.
Uh-huh.
The parents.
the woman, a girl.
Mm-hmm.
So like I've seen in Crafty Craft, for example.
Don't call them. Oh, go ahead, girl.
Too late now.
Well, this particular place, I already know. I see women how they dress. Some could be childish. And it's like, how do you expect to get a man in here walking around childish looking?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
How basically how you dress when you're
Right.
walking out the house.
Yeah. So and it's just like, yeah, it's okay.
And you're gonna attract a certain type guy with
that. Yeah.
But still, you still gotta
They never
be
take you serious.
But you still have to be who you are, and there's a way that you can still have this whole sex appeal and the sexy feel when you walk out the house, without showing everything that you got, and you can still be very sexy when you walk into a room. So it's possible. There are just some women who take it a little far. Our sisters take it a little far. And you're gonna get what you get, and what you attract, don't say nothing.
Absolutely.
Because you're gonna have this over here.
Right.
And
That's
I'll
right.
call on the phone. A closing comment.
My closing comment to you, can your next topic be why these men don't like to pick up the phone and talk to you? All this text and crap. I can't hear how you feel or what you sound like, if you feeling good or what. A text, you just hide behind words. I hate that. I like to hear somebody's voice.
Oh yeah, that's a good topic.
I would like to get a man's perspective of why all they want to do is text the crap out.
I think they're texting because they got another woman.
Exactly.
They can't call you.
So if you have something,
Yeah, you
and
had
with
something.
that being
They can't
said,
call you.
Hey, y'all say that for the next show.
Well,
Say that for the next show.
But with that being said, let me say this. When she said they got another woman, then let me decide if I want to deal with that. Don't make that decision for me.
well, you don't have to, because hell, he can't call while you call. While you call to the woman in the house.
Look, don't y'all stop. Say that one for next week. That's gonna be good. Your closing comments, ma'am.
I ain't said my closing comment.
You said yours.
I just think everybody needs to love who is loving them properly. When you are with somebody and you know they're not loving you properly, you gotta go. I've seen some friends of mine that's married, and I've seen them interact with their husbands. I have not seen a hand, no holding a hand, a kiss. I haven't seen anything. So whatever is working for you, if it's working in your house, go for it.
Right.
None of that shit I just said gonna work in mine. Okay? None of that. That's all I'm saying. So, we kind of want what we want. And as long as that communication is there with the two and it's working for you, then move forward with that. Brothers, we love our brothers. And I know we said some things about our brothers today, but I still believe that a lot of our brothers need to get their mess together. Because I know some that's controlling. I know some because they make a lot of money, they think they can say and do whatever. It's to you.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? There are I know some guys that are with a woman, can't bring a damn thing to the table, but your ass still hanging in there. I don't want to hear it. Don't call me. I don't want to hear it. Because if you're still there and she ain't bringing nothing to the table, there's a reason why nothing is coming to the table. What you eating? Not obviously nothing, because you're not being fed at home.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So my thing is love who's loving you properly, and the communication just have to be there. It have to be there. We're not trying to be this, we're not trying to take the man role. But when you are by yourself and you've been by yourself a really, really long time, you got to step out that role. And a lot of guys, I've had this conversation. A lot of guys understand when this woman has been taking care of her for all of this time, for years and years and years. She has to be in that role and the feminine role all at the same time to make sure she's always going to be good. But when it's time to step out, the right guy got to step in. And the right guy don't step in, you're going to still be right here. You are. But when that right guy stepped in, like Chocolate Drop did, it's just a woosah moment for me. I'm just on easy street with everything. I'm on easy street.
I don't agree with
And
you.
it's a huge difference. It's a huge difference on the brothers and how you're treated.
Mhm.
You know, and when you have a man that can know how to treat a woman correctly,
It's a no-brainer, right?
it's a no-brainer. It's just easy. Your life is just easy when he can make your life easy. And the guys and ladies, if you think those brothers not out here, yes, they are. I'm 60. Yes, they
Yeah,
are.
I got one.
There you go. They're out here.
I was about to say, I can relate to that because
Yeah, 'cause I've
when,
seen how you treat your wife.
I-
Yeah, absolutely.
when I first met her, she, was a single woman that was used to doing everything on her own,
Because she had to.
Right. She had, had a son. She, took care of a lot of things with her car. Her father taught her a lot of things. So, for me, it was an adjustment of allowing her time to adjust as well. And so, again, I would say, you got to invest in a relationship if you want something out of it. It's just like
Deposit.
anything else. Like you said, you can't have more withdrawals than you do deposits. Because if you got more
Mhm.
withdrawals, then your bank account is going to be in the negative.
Mhm.
So I would say anybody, whether you black, blue, it doesn't matter.
Right.
Treat people, put deposits in them,
Mhm.
and then make sure that you're investing in them, and then you will see a return on your investment. If you're not seeing returns on your investments, that means you making the wrong investments. And I go what you said, we got to start doing better communications up front.
Yep.
Finding out those little idiosyncrasies and things along that line, so that if there's any adjustments, you make those adjustments. And there's no perfect relationship.
Right.
And
Absolutely.
so please understand that, all these fantasies and whatever, that's television, that's Tyler Perry, that's sisters, all that kind of stuff. Real world relationships take work, and it goes beyond any racial lines or anything like that. Tonight we had a little bit of conversation about race, but at the end of the day, it should be about love and not about color.
Yeah.
And that's my 2 cents for today. Everybody, I appreciate you all being here again with us. I think it is a great show. Great show. Appreciate Frida in the corner.
I don't know if you missed any comments on your end.
Big Will says, good show. I think we caught up. Any last comments on your side? All right. Everybody come back and be with us next Tuesday. We're going to talk about why men be texting rather than calling. And there's a reason for that. And I want some of you brothers right now, y'all, if you have to change your voice, I need y'all calling in and don't leave me out here hanging. These women got some real questions. And then, brothers, let me say this. If she jump up, take a shower, and tell you all of a sudden she got to go meet somebody, or go to the store, or go get some coffee, read between the lines. All right, that's my show tonight.
But in the word, what you trying to say?
Huh?
What you trying to say?
What I'm trying to say? Well, she might not be the coffee she going to drink. It may be chocolate. It may be mocha, but it won't be coming home.
Oh, no. So she's really not going to the coffee shop.
She ain't going to the coffee shop. She ain't going there.
Going to Starbucks.
It-
That's the only drink she drink.
Yes. She can't go. How come you can't go to McDonald's? Why you gotta go to Starbucks? Oh, so you going to get your upgraded coffee? We know what that means. We did McDonald's. Now you're going to get you Starbucks. Anyway.
Maybe we need to add that topic as well, because if she has to do all of that, why is she doing that?
Well,
She has to
we
go
can add
out.
that. Yep.
Yeah.
We can add that. Why he texted and why she take a little
So
sponge
what's
bath and
going on?
getting
The
up.
reason why she wants to go out with another kind of flavor to get a different kind of coffee. What's the problem at the house?
I got to get my shenanigans in right before we close the show out. if she's taking a little sponge bath.
What do you mean?
Don't even know them now. They got hands and body and face wipes that you can put in your car and your glove box. They already moisture.
Fellas, did you hear that? If you go to your woman's glove box and she got the little moisturizer, boy, she ain't going to Starbucks just to get the coffee. Oh Lord, y'all come on back this. Y'all come on back next week, but we're gonna tell it all. And somebody said if he smell it, he gonna tell it. we tell it. I'm out of here. I don't know about that.
They told the secret.
Yeah, buddy. Well, I snitched last week when I said if you get in the car and he got the perfume in
Right.
there, then chances are, especially if it's masculine, if he got the little Dollar Tree kind that I got from Walgreens, he really using that for air freshener.
But do you think a majority of the guys really do keep cologne in their car?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not gonna be in the glove compartment, though. I'm not gonna tell y'all what it's there, but
Where
it's
it gonna
not in the glove compartment.
Under the seat.
Thank you, Lisa.
Under the seat. Under the seat.
It's gonna be up under the seat or in the back in the booty bag. We can search.
She said the booty bag.
Hold on, wait a minute. Before I end this show, let's get one thing straight. Fellas don't have a booty bag.
Y'all do.
Yeah,
Don't think y'all don't carry no booty bag.
look, if he got a booty bag,
They going to get some booty.
no,
They
he
going to do.
he about to get his booty. He ain't going to get down. He about to give his up. If he got a booty. Oh, I can't. Big Will, thank you for being here, man. Thank you. Everybody have a good night. We out of here.
The first thing that you need to do is to make sure you get yourself to as safe place as you can. Find yourself a competent attorney who practices in personal injury and will understand some of the things that you're going through. And as I tell people, for 33 years I've been doing this. I've had my own accident. So I would like to be one of those individuals that they would interview so I can at least try to find out how I can best help them myself.